Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at 13 best used SUVs that will outlast new ones. Number 13, Toyota Highlander, 2011 to 2016. The Toyota Highlander is one of those rare used SUVs that genuinely has the guts to outlast many shiny new crossovers in 2025. It's built on a platform known for stubborn reliability, and with regular maintenance, it's not unusual to see these models glide past 250,000 miles with confidence. Some owners even push past 300,000 miles with the original engine and transmission still doing their job like clockwork. What makes it even more impressive is that resale values for these Highlanders haven't plummeted like most decade-old vehicles. In 2025, a well-maintained 2014 model can still fetch between $16,000 and $23,000 depending on mileage and condition. That says a lot about how much confidence people have in its long-term performance. It's not just a fluke. Toyota designed this generation with minimal complexity and rock-solid engineering. The V6 engine, particularly the 3.5-liter variant, has built a reputation for being nearly bulletproof if treated with basic care. There's no need for fancy modern gimmicks when the core mechanicals are this solid. While newer SUVs might offer flashier tech or smoother dashboards, they often don't hold up over the long haul. The Highlander keeps showing up, keeps starting, and keeps running long after others have thrown in the towel. Number 12, Lexus RX, 2014 to 2016. The Lexus RX is the kind of used SUV that makes people question why they ever spent money on something brand new. It's built with the kind of long-term engineering Toyota's luxury arm is famous for, and it shows in the numbers. Many RX models from this era regularly cross the 250,000-mile mark with just routine maintenance. Some owners even report topping 300,000 miles without needing major overhauls. That's no accident. The 3.5-liter V6 engine in this generation is one of the most durable powerplants Lexus ever made, and it runs smooth even as the odometer ticks into six-figure territory. Maintenance costs also stay refreshingly low for a luxury SUV. On average, you're looking at around $500 per year in upkeep, which is less than what some people spend on their iPhone over a couple of years. As of 2025, a clean 2012 RX with reasonable mileage is still worth around $16,000 to $22,000. Even with age, this Lexus feels composed, refined, and more reliable than half the new crossovers on the road. It skips the unnecessary risks of turbochargers and unproven tech, instead focusing on what actually matters: longevity, comfort, and hassle-free driving. While others deal with service bulletins and software updates, the RX just keeps cruising. Number 11, Mazda CX-5, 2014 to 2016. The Mazda CX-5 isn't just about driving enjoyment, it's a used SUV that quietly racks up miles like it's got something to prove. Known for its nimble handling and sleek styling, what often gets overlooked is its serious long-term durability. The naturally aspirated Skyactiv engines from this era are some of Mazda's best work, simple, efficient, and built to go well beyond 200,000 miles without falling apart. Annual maintenance costs are also surprisingly affordable. Most CX-5s in this range cost around $520 per year to keep in good shape, which is extremely manageable for a compact SUV. In 2025, clean 2015 models with decent mileage can still sell for around $14,000 to $18,000, and it's easy to see why. The demand hasn't slowed down because reliability has stayed consistent, especially compared to some of the more tech-heavy competitors that age less gracefully. Unlike some newer crossovers with CVTs or turbocharging experiments that age like milk, the CX-5 keeps things simple and reliable. If you're looking in 2025 for a used SUV that feels modern, drives sharp, and has the staying power to embarrass newer models down the road, the Mazda CX-5 hits the mark without trying too hard. Number 10, Honda Pilot, 2013 to 2015. The Honda Pilot is one of those used SUVs that simply refuses to quit. Built on a platform that prioritizes longevity over flash, this generation of the Pilot is known for pushing well past 250,000 miles without breaking a sweat. The 3.5-liter V6 engine is one of Honda's most trusted powertrains, and with basic maintenance, it keeps running like it's still under warranty. In terms of maintenance, the Pilot stays remarkably wallet-friendly. You're looking at an average of $500 per year to keep things smooth, which is a fair price for something this durable. And here's the kicker, in 2025, you can still find well-kept 2014 models on the market for anywhere between $15,000 and $21,000. That's not just reasonable, that's exceptional value when you consider how much life is still left in it. This SUV doesn't try to impress with fancy tech packages or unnecessary frills. Instead, it's built with the kind of over-engineered simplicity that Honda was famous for. No finicky turbochargers or unreliable transmission experiments, just solid, time-tested components designed to go the distance. If you're after a reliable hauler in 2025 that doesn't flinch at high mileage and has proven its worth for over a decade, the Honda Pilot is a smart pick that keeps on delivering when others start falling apart. Number 9. Toyota RAV4, 2013 to 2018. The Toyota RAV4 is a used SUV that continues to punch above its weight in 2025. This generation saw Toyota refine its already dependable formula into something nearly unbreakable. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, paired with a conventional automatic transmission, is known to exceed 250,000 miles without asking for much in return. It's the kind of SUV that just shows up every day, gets the job done, and doesn't throw expensive surprises along the way. Consumer reports and real-world data both show these RAV4s as some of the most reliable compact SUVs ever made. In 2025, a clean 2015 RAV4 can still sell for between $16,000 and $22,000, and resale values remain stubbornly high simply because demand hasn't let up. People know what they're getting, a simple, fuel-efficient, and extremely durable SUV that just won't let them down. The RAV4 doesn't rely on flashy tricks or cutting-edge tech to stay relevant. Instead, it leans on Toyota's strongest asset, reliability through restraint. No overcomplication, no gimmicks, just quality parts put together in a way that lasts. For anyone shopping in 2025 for something that lasts longer than the competition without draining your wallet, this RAV4 makes a very strong case. Number 8. Ford Expedition, 2011 to 2014. The Ford Expedition from 2011 to 2014 is one of the last full-size SUVs built with old-school toughness before things got overly complicated. Underneath its big frame is a 5.4-liter V8 that's been proven over millions of miles, and when maintained properly, these SUVs easily cruise past 250,000 miles. There are documented cases of Expeditions reaching 300,000 miles and beyond, still using the original engine and transmission. That level of endurance isn't something you find in newer models loaded with delicate turbo systems and sensors that throw tantrums after 80,000 miles. Despite being a body-on-frame behemoth, annual maintenance costs sit around $600 to $700, which is surprisingly reasonable considering its size and capability. In 2025, you can still find clean used models on the market priced between $14,000 and $19,000 depending on condition and mileage. While many new SUVs are trying to be tech lounges on wheels, the Expedition stays focused on reliability and strength. It uses tried-and-true components that are easy to repair, widely available, and built with longevity in mind. If you're looking in 2025 for a used SUV that won't flinch at high mileage and keeps going strong well into its second decade, the Ford Expedition from this era is a no-nonsense workhorse. It may not be flashy, but it lasts longer than most new models can even dream of. Number 7. Subaru Forester, 2012 to 2016. The Subaru Forester is a used SUV that earns its stripes not by boasting but by simply lasting. Built with Subaru's signature boxer engine and symmetrical all-wheel drive, this generation was a turning point for the brand in terms of dependability. When properly maintained, especially with regular oil changes and attention to head gasket health, the Forester can comfortably clear the 200,000-mile mark. These models were built during a time when Subaru tightened up quality control and focused on long-haul reliability. Maintenance costs usually land between $500 and $600 per year, and most parts are readily available and reasonably priced. In 2025, you can find well-kept used models in the range of $12,000 to $17,000 depending on trim and mileage. The resale value holds strong because this generation earned a reputation for being one of the most balanced compact SUVs on the used market. Unlike newer models that may lean heavily on tech or soft-road styling, the Forester sticks to what works. It's practical, efficient, and far more durable than many crossovers that debuted years later. If you're hunting in 2025 for a used SUV that won't nickel and dime you into madness, and has proven it can go the distance, the Subaru Forester from this era is an underrated, long-lasting companion that just keeps moving forward. Number 6 is Chevrolet Tahoe, 2010 to 2014. The Chevrolet Tahoe is a textbook example of a used SUV that outlasts many of today's fresh-off-the-lot competitors. Built on GM's rock-solid truck platform, this generation of the Tahoe comes equipped with the 5.3-liter V8 engine that's known for logging over 300,000 miles when maintained with even a hint of care. These engines are legendary for their durability, and the 6-speed automatic transmission paired with them is just as capable. For an SUV of its size and power, the annual maintenance cost is relatively tame, hovering around $600. The parts are plentiful, repairs are straightforward, and mechanics everywhere know how to work on them. In 2025, used prices for a clean used Tahoe still fall between $16,000 and $24,000, which might raise eyebrows until you consider how many miles these things can soak up without complaint. The Tahoe doesn't try to be overly refined or tech-heavy. It's built with one clear purpose: to last. Unlike newer models packed with finicky electronics and turbocharging that ages poorly, this Tahoe thrives on simplicity and mechanical toughness. It's the kind of SUV that gets passed down through families, not because it's nostalgic, but because it simply won't die. In a world where newer SUVs often peak early and fade fast, this Tahoe sticks around, year after year, mile after mile, without skipping a beat. Number 5, Acura RDX, 2013 to 2018. The Acura RDX is one of the most quietly reliable used SUVs you can buy in 2025. It's got the solid bones of Honda engineering but wrapped in a more refined, premium package. This generation moved away from the earlier turbocharged engine and adopted a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, a decision that paid off big in terms of longevity. With basic upkeep, these engines regularly hit 250,000 miles or more, and they do it without the drama that plagues a lot of other luxury crossovers. Parts are widely available thanks to the shared Honda DNA, and the systems under the exterior are far simpler than those of most other luxury-branded SUVs. In 2025, clean examples from the 2015 to 2016 model years often list between $15,000 and $22,000. And for good reason. They're not just stylish, they're built to last. What sets the RDX apart is that it avoids the complexity that often sinks older premium SUVs. There are no temperamental air suspensions or over-engineered infotainment systems here, just dependable components put together with care. For anyone in 2025 who wants a used SUV that delivers luxury without sacrificing long-term reliability, the Acura RDX makes a compelling case. Number 4, Toyota Land Cruiser, 2008 to 2015. The Toyota Land Cruiser isn't just a reliable SUV, it's a mechanical legend. Built with one goal in mind, longevity, this generation of the Land Cruiser routinely crushes the 300,000-mile barrier, and many push beyond 400,000 miles with original components still holding up. The 5.7-liter V8 engine is the definition of overbuilt, and Toyota didn't skimp on materials or engineering anywhere. This SUV wasn't made for trends, It was made to last decades, and it still does exactly that in 2025. Annual maintenance costs are higher than smaller SUVs, typically in the $700 to $900 range. But considering how long the vehicle lasts and how rarely serious issues come up, that price feels more like an investment than a liability. In 2025, these Land Cruisers still command strong resale value, often selling for between $28,000 and $38,000, depending on condition and mileage. The Land Cruiser doesn't age like most SUVs. Its frame, drivetrain, and suspension are built to withstand far more abuse than most drivers will ever dish out. No gimmicks, no flashy electronics just waiting to fail. It's all about rock-solid mechanical reliability. In 2025, while other used SUVs start showing their age or falling apart, the Land Cruiser keeps rolling, quietly proving why it's one of the most dependable SUVs ever built. Number 3. Honda CR-V, 2014 to 2016. The Honda CR-V is the definition of a dependable used SUV that still feels fresh in 2025. This generation was built during a sweet spot for Honda, before overcomplicated tech started creeping into everything, and while they were still producing bulletproof drivetrains. The 2.4-liter inline-4 engine paired with a smooth CVT can go well beyond 250,000 miles with just standard maintenance. In fact, it's not uncommon to find owners still racking up miles at 300,000 without any major repairs. Maintenance costs stay comfortably low, averaging between $400 and $500 annually, and you won't need to hunt down rare parts or find a specialty mechanic. These CR-Vs are everywhere, and that's part of their charm. They're easy to maintain, inexpensive to fix, and nearly impossible to kill. In 2025, clean used models with reasonable mileage can still sell for between $14,000 and $19,000. That kind of value retention isn't typical for a compact SUV, unless it has earned a serious reputation for durability. The CR-V doesn't do anything flashy, and that's exactly why it lasts. It avoids unnecessary mechanical risks and sticks to simple, time-tested components. For anyone in 2025 looking for a used SUV that quietly delivers year after year without surprises, the Honda CR-V from this era is a smart, steady pick that just doesn't give up. Number 2. Lexus GX, 2010 to 2018. The Lexus GX is a luxury SUV that laughs in the face of time. Underneath its premium shell is the rugged DNA of the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, which means this thing was engineered to survive more than just suburban commutes. The 4.6-liter V8 engine is notoriously reliable, often reaching and surpassing 300,000 miles with minimal fuss. Many owners of this generation are still driving them in 2025 with the original drivetrain intact, and that kind of longevity is practically extinct in modern luxury vehicles. Annual maintenance costs tend to hover around $700 to $800, which might sound like a lot until you realize this SUV outlasts 2 or 3 newer ones in the same time span. Parts are widely available, and because of its Toyota heritage, most mechanics know exactly how to keep it going. In 2025, clean used GX still fetches between $24,000 and $32,000 depending on mileage, and the market pays it happily because these SUVs just don't break. What separates the GX from most other luxury vehicles is that it wasn't built for soft pavement and showroom glitz. It was built for endurance. The frame-on-body construction, traditional V8, and robust transmission mean there's very little here to go wrong. While newer luxury SUVs get bogged down with finicky electronics and unproven drivetrain tech, the GX sticks to proven formulas. In 2025, it remains one of the rare luxury SUVs that delivers real-world toughness behind its leather-wrapped steering wheel. Number 1. Toyota 4Runner, 2010 to 2019. The Toyota 4Runner is the definition of long-term durability wrapped in a no-nonsense SUV. Built on a rugged body-on-frame platform with a naturally aspirated 4-liter V6 engine, this generation of the 4Runner is a mechanical tank that regularly surpasses 300,000 miles with only basic maintenance. Even in 2025, it's not unusual to see these SUVs still operating as daily drivers with original components, barely showing signs of mechanical fatigue. Maintenance costs stay fairly reasonable for something this tough, usually around $600 to $750 a year. It's simple to work on, parts are everywhere, and Toyota's reputation for reliability shines especially bright with this model. In 2025, used prices remain stubbornly high. A clean 2016 or 2017 model can easily sell for between $28,000 and $36,000 depending on mileage, and that's no accident. What makes the 4Runner so enduring is its refusal to change for the sake of change. Toyota didn't stuff it with risky tech or trendy gimmicks. Instead, they stuck to proven parts and simple mechanics. That decision has paid off in spades. While newer SUVs lean heavily on complex systems that age poorly, the 4Runner continues to earn its stripes by doing what it's always done. Starting every morning, taking the beating, and asking for more. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.